guys, it's Diana. Welcome back to my channel. And with it being the end of February and also the end of Low Vision Awareness Month, I wanted to talk about just my top 2 or 3 personal struggles that I have dealt with and still am dealing with as a person who has low vision. So, number 1. Well, I guess we should start from the bottom up, huh? Okay, so number 3. Colors. Sometimes, okay, so like I can see colors, obviously. I've talked about my vision before. I'll link my blindness related playlist up in the cards. It's always linked in the description of every video and everything else. Sometimes I have issues with certain colors. Like if it's a really dark blue, I might think it's like a purple or a black, depending on the lighting. Same with just a lot of dark colors, really. Pinks and reds, sometimes if they're close enough in shade, it's hard for me to tell, or if they're bright. I really do not like neon sometimes, like just the bright neon colors. I'm talking about fabrics. I'm not talking about neon lighting. It's bad. It kind of bothers my eyes a little bit. It sounds stupid, but it's just really bright, and I don't know, man. Not only that, but like why would you wear a highlighter yellow shirt? I don't get it. Color matching. Sometimes I have issues with that. It's really fun. Woohoo! Okay, number 2. Facial recognition. Now, you would think that this would be ranked at number 1. However, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So, faces. Obviously, if I see you every day or often enough that I know who you are by like seeing your general shape, because I can't really see facial details that well unless I'm very close to you, then I know who I'm talking to, who that person is, judging by their voice, what they may be wearing, and I can kind of see the face, so that too. However, if I've only talked to you maybe like once or twice in my life, like less than 5 times, and you come up to me and start talking to me, I'm gonna have no idea who you are. And that's happened to me a bunch of times before, and I'm such an awkward person that I feel bad asking these people who I'm talking to, and I have an excuse, you know, hello, I can't really see them. I feel so weird if we're in a conversation, this person is talking, they come up to me, they obviously know me, they address me by name, start talking, and I'm just like, yeah, and then I'm like, who am I talking to? I mean, literally, when I went back to college after I got Fawn, because I had left for 2 weeks to go through guide dog training with her, I came back, right? I was in the dining hall at my university, and this random guy who I had never seen before in my entire life comes up to me, and he's like, oh, it's so great, you're back, and he's really excited, and I'm like, thinking to myself, like, who is this dude? And I didn't say anything. I was getting food, and I just, like, you know, instructed Fawn to go find my seat again at the table with my friends. I had seen him because he was close enough to me. He was like a couple feet away from me. I literally had never seen this guy in my life, and he was really excited that I'm back, and I'm like almost positive he was talking to me because there was nobody else around us other than the person serving food who like had been there for like every day. So they obviously weren't talking to them. It was weird. I don't like it. Bottom line is, if I've only maybe talked to you a couple of times in my life and you approach me and expect me to know who you are, please tell me your name first. And that goes for blind and low vision people in general. If you approach somebody who can't see, or if you've maybe talked to them once before and expect them to know who you are, it might be helpful to be like, hi, so-and-so, it's me, so-and-so. I hope you understand what I was getting at there. Number 1, shopping. And by shopping, I mean physically going into a brick and mortar store and shopping. I like online shopping because I can see the products better up close. It's easier to sort by category. I don't walk into a store and get immediately overwhelmed by the 100,000 options that there are. But I like brick and mortar stores because I'm able to actually see physically the sizes of things. You know, looking at some description on Amazon or whatever, being like, this product is 8 inches by 10 inches. I don't know how big that is. I mean, I know it's less than a foot, and it sounds so stupid. I'm making myself sound like a really incompetent human being right now. But, brick and mortar store shopping, especially if I'm going into a place like Sephora, God help me, because there are so many little tiny things, lipsticks, eyeshadows, you name it, like little tiny things in tubes. I walk in there and I'm like, and luckily usually the salespeople have been very helpful full 9 times out of 10 in the times that I've gone in there, but it's really overwhelming, which sucks because I love shopping. Same goes for clothes shopping. Sometimes it's hard to find my size on the rack. Usually with stores, they sometimes will have clothes sorted by size, whether it's folded or on a rack. So I'm usually an extra small or a small depending on the clothing brand and the individual piece. So you would think it would be easier to find my stuff if it was closer to one side, but it's not. Also with price tags, you know, it's kind of hard to see that. Now, I get that there are apps for these. You can call up Ira, you can call up Be My Eyes. There are scanning apps. There's Seeing AI, Voice Stream Reader, I think it's called. Other things like that, you know, I can just download on my phone, my smartphone here, and just, you know, pull up an app and have it do it for me. That's really if I'm in a pinch. Usually I'll just find a person who works there if I do need help. I like to go browsing stuff on my own because unless I go into Sephora, I just want to get my stuff and leave. But I like to browse by myself because I don't really like people coming up to me and trying to sell me stuff, which is the problem that I encounter every time I go into Lush. And I understand that that's like how the employees are, but please leave me alone. That's just me. I am sometimes very antisocial. So those are my personal top 3 issues with having low vision. And it's funny because it's enough that I can see and I can pass as somebody sighted if I'm going out without my cane, but it's just that if I have to identify things up close, like the price of something, I hate going grocery shopping. It's just, it takes so long. That's the thing. It's just like shopping, it takes, I feel like, a lot longer than it should, a lot longer than I want it to. I think that part of it too with shopping is that not only does it take longer for me to do it, but I'm straining my eyes. So as you may know, I can only see out of my left eye, and even so, the amount that I can see is probably middle of the road for low vision standards, but like compared to a fully sighted person, it's not that great. And when I can only see out of my one eye and I'm overcompensating for everything, trying to look at things that are really small, it causes fatigue and headache because I'm straining my vision. While I do really love shopping, I feel like I can only do it for a certain amount of time before it just gets too draining, which really sucks. Anyway, top 3 low vision struggle opinion things. I will see you guys next week. I hope you have a nice day, and yeah, bye.